got something pretty big that she has recently debuted that I think is a wonderful, wonderful gift to the autism community. Talk to us about Rockin' the Spectrum.
Well, what I found out is just being a gym owner, of course, starting out as a gym owner and then, becoming a franchisor, the hardest thing that myself and my gym owners will say is devoting, and of all this because we've spoken about it, how we can't devote all the time that the public needs to us just for help. Well, what would you do, Shannon, for this? Or Dina, what would you do for this? So there we are, we're in our gym, we're trying to, tend to the community, the public, and then we have that parent who needs us to sit down and give her that time. And you know what? She needs it.
Yeah.
She needs it. And our locations are the place where, they can sit and let their kid play and get the resources. But what if they don't have somewhere to take their child? What if they're stuck in their homes? What if their child is severe and they're just embarrassed still? They don't know about We Rock. Or what about the other countries? I mean, when we went to Malaysia, this is when I knew something, had to happen. We went to Malaysia a year ago in December, and we just opened actually in Dubai, this past, 3 months ago. So exciting, but it was so hard for me because I stayed there for another week training. And Shannon, the people that came in there, they didn't even know that they could, use an iPad for a child to teach them how to speak. They knew nothing, no apps, nothing. And there I was building this resource book for them. And I just thought, oh my gosh, there are families who still are stuck in their homes. And here too, even though, here, especially in California, but in the US, we have so many more resources, people still aren't coming out of their homes. They're not getting the information they need. And especially the newly diagnosed parents, they're overwhelmed. 1 out of 3 marriages end, when you have a child with special needs. You and I have spoken about that, and how blessed we are in our own personal relationships, but it takes a lot of work. Yeah. So I came home from Malaysia. So this project has been in the works for a year. I can't believe it. But, my team sat me down and, they said, Dina, it's time you take this further. You need to build a digital platform and get out there. And my franchise director, he said to me, every time we're on the phone and we're speaking to someone who wants to come on board for We Rock, he goes, usually I'm hanging up, before, you are. And it's because you're trying to help them and telling them more stories. And I just feel like you really need to, put that out there to the world. So we were there, we spoke about it with also, my incredible marketing team, Attack Interactive. And they were like, Dina, you've got to do this. Well, that's the love of my life. My love of my life is helping families, right? The gift for gab, we both have that. But this is something more personal. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I have a journal, for Gabriel's life since he was 2.5 years old. Wow. So all of this information, of course, I'm continuing to educate myself with, different certifications in autism, ABA therapy, autism movement therapy, the incredible Joanne Lara. We were all certified through her. But it's really that one-on-one also. It's that one-on-one care that you need, that we can't get out of the house to go have therapy. We can't work on ourselves as individuals or as a couple. And so I thought about it, and I will tell you, here we are a year later. We've launched what's called Rockin' the Spectrum. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm saying it out loud. Yes. Rockin' the Spectrum with Dina Kimmel. I mean, seriously, you were like my mentor here. It's, autism-live with Shannon Penrod. And I could tell everyone, right? I actually got to interview you, yes. It was so exciting.
Much fun. It was so much fun.
Really, the producers, stop talking already. We couldn't stop talking. It was 45 minutes later. But really, what Rockin' the Spectrum is, it is a resource network for everyone. Not just for parents, not just for for people in the field of autism, but what about people that just want to be out there and know? Because let's face it, it's spoken about now. What is it? What do we do? Well, some people are still embarrassed. They don't want to get out of their homes, or they don't have the time. I know I didn't. Yeah. I don't know about you, but I didn't. And definitely in these other countries, now opening in Malaysia and Dubai. So what I said is, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. One, I want to offer the one-on-one coaching. Yeah. Which I think is great. Yes. People can be in the comfort of their own home. Yep. Okay. And we do, it looks what's like Skype, but it's, something similar. And it's a form of, just coaching and helping. Yes. We've got therapists. We've got warrior moms like yourself and myself. We have teachers, educators, all different kinds of people there to support. But my favorite part about this is what we call the Warrior Network. Okay, so the Warrior Network is a library from A to Z, and that is helping you out in the areas of education, diet, neurologists, are there to, Q&A questions, everything. And what's so interesting is, and I might get emotional when I talk about this, but I didn't realize, listen, I'm passionate. Of course, I'm passionate about what I do. But I don't want people to suffer as I did. I don't want people to have to go to 30 million websites and asking people, and the information isn't correct.
Yeah.
Now, not everything that you're going to hear on any site, even ours, is going to be what's going to help your child, but at least it's going to be a direction.
Right.
You can go to one place, and there's a library, Shannon, from A to Z that we already have filled it, over 50 videos of everything. Like I said, IEPs, behaviors, interviews to help you, exercise, and most importantly, this isn't just about our children, it's about us. Right. It's we teach you how to take care of ourselves. And let me tell you, okay, I've suffered my own health with this because I've just forgotten about me and everything else and just focused on Gabriel, my son, how to get him better. But you know what? Who suffers?
Yeah.
We do.
Well, and ultimately, then that gets passed down to him, because I've seen moms that get to the point where they can't take care of their child because they're not in good enough health to do it. And we tell ourselves, I mean, I'm so guilty of this. I tell myself, well, I got to take care of Jem first and I'll take care of myself later on. But I've watched moms fall in that respect. Yeah. And then they can't be there. So listen, I think this is all amazing. I couldn't be more excited for you and for everybody else that you've done this. I think you're the right person to do this. And I think it's wonderful.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like, now I get it. I mean, you sit up here, you're not reading a script or anything. I see you. You're just, speaking, beautifully. And I think, oh my gosh, how can she do that? Well, there I am, like you now, in front of a camera, and literally, my producer, she's like, do you have a script? No. I mean, I literally blast out these videos. They're anywhere from 3 minutes to 20 minutes long, speaking about, the different behaviors, literally from age 3 to age 21, what to do, and also resources around the world, right? I mean, most importantly, look, you have a teenager. Yeah. I have a 10-year-old. You have a teenager. Very different parts of the autism world.
Different, yeah.
Where do you go, right? Where do you go? Where do you find those resources? So it's there. It's all there. You know what? I want to know about medications. Now the doctor is talking to me, or the therapist, about medications. I don't want to hear it from a doctor. Okay, go in the library. I'm going to talk to you one-on-one and tell you how I feel, what my research, has brought.
And it's amazing because it gets people access to you and the inner workings of your brain, but it gets them access to a whole lot of other people as well. You've built this huge network. So if people are loving this, and I'm sure they are, where do they go?
Oh my gosh, well, it's rockingthespectrum.com. Yay, an easy URL, rockingthespectrum.com. And I know there's my face, and I've had to really put the vanity aside, because I'm not like that.
You're gorgeous.
Camera, but I'm so excited. I get just rejuvenated every time I'm in front of the camera. And I will tell you, a big part of this site also is what we call Mama D's Motivational Minutes. I love it. And what I did when Gabriel was first diagnosed is I literally just went to every different affirmation site and books I would buy, because I just needed that. I needed that lift myself. And I was alone. Okay, my husband was 9 months behind me. Yeah. I mean, when Gabriel was diagnosed, he was, what? We have an autistic son? What do you mean? Where have you been? Right? Well, you need to help me. No, I can't help you. You need to help yourself, and I have to help our son. But what I didn't realize is, no, we needed to be doing this journey together. Yeah. And we learned. And it was hard, though. But having those daily affirmations, Mama D's Motivational Minutes, literally they're 60 seconds or less of, you know what, today we're going to talk about perseverance. You guys can do it. I know it's hard for me, and boom, and I put it out there for everyone. And I get chills talking about it, because this is just, again, my passion, my love, and what I know is lacking out there in the community. And that's what we want to do. We want to build a network of communities for the families all over the world.
I love it. And it's amazing, because I know when I talk one-on-one with a parent, one of the first things that I hear almost all the time is that they say, I feel alone. And that's one of the hardest things. You got to get over that, but and find a place to be where you don't feel alone. And Dina's just giving you a place where you only can, you'll never feel alone, because there's a whole network that's there, but there's the resources too to be able to put it together, which is absolutely amazing. So
and the coaching.
And the coaching. There's a coaching element to it, and courses, things that you can sign up to do over a period of time, which is so wise. It's so wise. And I started out by saying it's a gift to the autism community that you've done. And so go to rockingthespectrum.com and you can check all of that out. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Thank you. Well, I'm thrilled.
I'm thrilled too, and I still have not seen. I've got to see because we had such a good time. We did an interview together, and it was such a good time. You know, people talk about, well, you know, we forgot about the cameras. We really did. You and I were just crying and laughing and
giggling. We were
giggling
like schoolgirls.
Yes, exactly.
And I got to find out about you. Excuse me, you know, all of you out there. Do you know this woman's a comedian?
Yes,
I mean, she's been a comedian. I mean, I had no idea. Now I found out you were born. Okay,
I was born in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Okay, ¿tú hablas español? All right.
Un poquito.
Wonderful.
But not well either. There was a time when I considered myself fluent in Spanish, and that ship sailed because I didn't stay on top of it. My son is learning Spanish now, so maybe I'll get back on top of it. But well, you know, there are still things that I get to see you from time to time. But you know, Dina's one of those people where you're around her and you go, gosh, she's got something amazing going on. And I've always said to you that I look up to you. You bring a force to your autism and your community that you see. People follow you because you're fierce. I want to be more like you when I grow up, even though I'm significantly older than her. But I want to be more like you. But also you have a sense for the business side of things that I don't think the average person has. So you have a very unique perspective on how to make things work, and that I think people need, that I wish. Well, I mean, I love the way things turned out anyway, but I know for a fact, and I've said this before, that if things hadn't happened the way if you had started We Rock the Spectrum just a couple of years earlier, I wouldn't be here hosting this show. I would have my own gym. That's exactly what I would be doing.
I would have loved to have you as an owner, but to not have you here next to me right now, I can't imagine our world.
That's why I say, well, thank you. But I love being here, but I know I would have, because I would have been like, I want to just spend more time with her. I want more of what she has. And I would have done a gym so that I could have spent more time with you. Well, you could do that. You could start a gym with Dina. But the truth is, you don't have to go to that length to be able to do that. Now you get to spend more time with her through Rockin' the Spectrum, which is a great thing.
This is it for me. I'm hanging my hat here. I have to tell you,
I've heard that from you before.
No. This is it. This is it for me, because it's going to evolve. It's going to get bigger, and we're going to be doing yearly seminars. Right? It's look out.
I'm
Tony
hearing
Robbins.
It, but I'm not believing it.
Look out, Tony Robbins. Right? Okay?
I know you'll
Seriously.
do all of that, but then you'll turn that into something else.
No, I mean, really, I want to make this about the families, about people getting out of their homes, and assisting them to do that, because there's still so many, sadly, Shannon, who aren't.
I know. And it's such an amazing service that you're doing. So rockinthespectrum.com, go and check it out. You'll be able to see the interview that I did with Dina. I got to do that as well. But for just a second, because we only have like 4 minutes left now, let's talk about the gyms. Because I said earlier, when you started out with one little gym, because it was that your son needed. How many gyms are there now, Dina?
Well, we have now, over 50 gyms open, and almost 70 locations. I know that sounds terrible, but I guess it's good when you're not quite sure the exact number.
Well, I was going to say, since we started this interview, how many gyms do you have? Because I'm sure she opened 2 while we were talking.
I will tell you, our vetting process is different, Shannon. I really slowed things down. We want to make sure that we bring people on board. Now, it's different, so things have changed. We want to make sure we, bring owners on board that this is it for them. They're hanging their hat here. So if you are watching this, viewers, just know that that's what this is about. This isn't just, about the money, making a living. No, this is first and foremost about the kids. So really, that's slowing down. But you want to know what's really increased is the different countries.
Yeah.
So we just opened in Dubai. I just got back from
amazing.
Dubai 3 months ago.
Love that.
I was talking, about the Sheikh Mohammed, and I have to tell you something. It was phenomenal to hear. He, just recently, Dubai has come on board, and Dr. Nashila, our owner, is phenomenal. And she's opening all Dubai and Saudi Arabia. So also the Saudi Arabia, that country will be opening up this next year. But he doesn't call our kids, children with autism. They are people of determination. Do you not love that? I got chills when he said that.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there in front of 200 people, and they're your excellencies, and I'm looking down, and I'm looking at my family who went there with me. My nephew Shane works for corporate. My sister Melissa, she does as well. And I'm looking at them going, is this for real? I mean, is this really happening? It's unbelievable. But now Malaysia, Dubai, and we are opening in June in Melbourne, Australia.
Wow.
Okay, so the whole country of Australia is about to blow up. We have several inquiries for there. And what's great is that when the country sells, I know that sounds funny, like we sold a country, but that's how we do it. They're called master franchisees. And these people become part of corporate. So now my team is much bigger. I'm only as good as the team I have around me. You know that. You know, we're a family.
Yeah, but it's top down. You know what I'm saying? You set the tone. And so when people say that, I'm always appreciative when people talk about their team, but you set the tone and I see the tone that you set. And I get it. I totally get why people want to follow you because you're I was just going to say, it feels like a family. Your family of franchisees, it is a family. And they know that you're the mom. And that they can go to mom and say, Mom, I need something. And they know that mom is going to say, this is how we're going to do this. But they respect you. It's like, it's everything a good mom should be. It's all the things that we're trying to be as a mom.
I'm far from perfect, but I'll tell you, one of my owners named me Mama D. And that's how we got the Mama D's motivational minutes for Rocking the Spectrum. And it doesn't matter if an owner is 62 or if an owner is 27. They all call me Mama D. Mama D, my one owner in Fenton, Missouri, I love him. Tom Tipton, he's like, Mama D, I need your vitamin D today. Give me a call. I love it. I love it.
We all want your vitamin D. We're essentially out of time. So I want to once again plug this event that's happening on the 21st, 9 to 1. So in the coolest part of the day, at the coolest place that you can be in Woodley Park 2 here in Los Angeles. Over 50 vendors, all kinds of things to do. There's a walk as a part of it for you guys to do that. And it is going to be a fabulous thing. I will be there. My son will be there. We're very excited about it. I understand the Glorious Pies is going to be there.
Yeah, I'm
we
so
were just talking about
excited.
Joanne. We talked to her the other day. Glorious Pies will be there. And everybody, it's a who's who, will be there. And you'll just have fun and we'll hug and laugh and the kids will play. So, and it's free. It is free.